It's not your dad's Big East, or even your big brother's Big East, but it's still pretty good. And speaking of good, that kid down in Oklahoma is absolutely dominating in Norman. And no, it's not Baker Mayfield. Today I'm joined by USA Today Sports' Scott Gleason to break down all the latest in college hoops. All right, Scott, so last time we talked, it was about the Big 12 being the best conference in college hoops. Let's spend some time today talking about the Big East. While the makeup of the conference now is much different than its former days of dominance, the teams are still producing at an extremely high level. So plain and simple, Scott, are college fans sleeping on the Big East a bit?
No, I think they are. I think the Big East is it's a league that is not getting enough love when you consider how good some of those teams are. Villanova, to me, is a title contender. Granted, they just lost to Butler, but you think about that loss, it shows more about how good the league is as opposed to how vulnerable Villanova is. I had a chance to see Nova play against DePaul in Chicago, and they were just really impressive. Granted, they're playing against DePaul, but Jalen Brunson, to me, is a Player of the Year candidate. And I think we have to talk about Xavier. This is a dark horse Final Four team themselves, just playing really impressive basketball. And there are a handful of teams in this league that can really do some damage in March. You got to think about Seton Hall. You got to think about Creighton. These teams really need to start getting more love.
So you talked about Jalen Brunson being a potential Player of the Year candidate. Oklahoma freshman Trae Young's performance this season has been one of the most exciting and fun storylines to watch. Where do you put his odds for Player of the Year at?
Right now, I think he's above and beyond any other Player of the Year candidate just based on what he's done for Oklahoma. This is a team going into the season that no one was really considering a Big 12, title contender, or even let alone going into the NCAA tournament. So I think that the way that he's playing, he really just makes all of his teammates better. And I think that's what you want to see in a point guard, but he also can just score at will. So I think that, the way that he played against TCU and just the type of show that he's putting on this season, I put his chances very high up there. But just because, he's a freshman, but man, he's dominant. I mean, he's ready for the NBA, and we haven't seen a player like this in a while.
Scott, we appreciate the time as always, and make sure you stick with Sports Pulse for what's trending in sports.